Today's lesson is topic 1.8, Special Quotients. The objective for today is that you will be able to use multiplication facts with 0 and 1 to learn about special division rules with 0 and 1. In your notes, I want you to write down this problem. 4 friends want to share 4 books. What number sentence could you use to represent this? If I have 4 friends who are wanting to share the 4 different books, when I think about division, I need to think about the number of groups that I want to separate things into. Well, in this problem, I see that I have 4 friends. So in my mind, that's my groups. So I've got friend 1, friend 2, friend 3, and friend 4. They have 4 books to share. So sharing means they want to give at least one to everyone. So if I give one to each one of the 4 friends, do I have any books left over? At this point, I see that I don't. So I could write a number sentence that would represent this. I have 4 books that are being divided by 4 of the friends, which gives each friend 1 book. So my number sentence would look like this. Be sure to have the answer in your notes as well as an example. Now I want you to try this one. What if there were 4 books, but there's only 1 person that we need to divide them out by? So what would the number sentence be? We have 4 books that are being divided by 1 person, which would mean that 1 person would get how many books? All numbers divided by themselves equal 1. Write this rule down in your notes. This is very important. So 6 divided by 6 is equal to 1. 7 divided by 7 equals 1. If I think about it in terms of books, I have 6 books divided by 6 people, which means each person would have 1 book. 10 divided by 10 equals 1. 1,000 divided by 1,000 would be 1. Any number divided by themselves would equal 1. The next rule we're looking at, which also needs to be included in your notes, is 0 divided by any number will still be 0. So for instance, if I have 0 books that I'm dividing by 8 people, how many books will each person get? Well, they would end up with only 0 books. There's no books to divide. So 0 divided by any number will always still be 0. This rule should definitely be written down in your notes. 0 divided by 10 equals 0. Now, we need to ask ourselves, does this work? If I think about it in terms of books again, I have 86 books that I'm dividing by 0 people. Well, that can't still be 0 because I started off with 86 books. But it doesn't seem to work. So any number divided by 0 is not possible. If I have 86 items to divide, I cannot divide it by 0 people. It just does not work. So these problems I would write down as not possible. If I have 0 item and I divide it by 6 people, each person would still only have 0 item because I don't have any items to divide. Whereas in this one, I have a lot of items divided by 0 people, so it would not work to be able to end up dividing that problem.